Secret that Joe Rogan started going to church, and I don't know if you can say that this makes Joe Rogan a Christian. I guess technically it would, right? But I got a lot to say about it. See, I'm not a Christian. I do believe in God. I do believe in a lot that Christianity and Judaism has to offer, and I say Christianity and Judaism, Judeo-Christian, because there's obviously an overlap to a certain degree. Though Christianity is, I believe, a stronger moral framework and worldview. And I do believe that Christianity is conducive to a functioning society. Indeed, it is the most powerful, the most efficient, logical, and best moral worldview that this world has seen just yet. But the thing is, there are a lot of people who it's the weirdest thing is people who claim I'm an atheist. I'm like, I haven't been an atheist. I don't know if I was ever even truly an atheist. I had like a 4 year period from like 14 to 18. But there's a lot of grifters that for better or for worse, there are a lot of people that just seem to pretend to be Christian. I'm not going to call anybody out. I think there's
Yeah,
people
that's
that
enough.
true Christian.
So yeah, a lot of people in class over the years. Yeah, thanks guys. Good topic. Yeah, over the years, what's been going on with a lot of these groups back between 2007 and 2012 around here, it got more popular. It already was, but they made it even more popular. How a lot of them jumped on board with that and actually went along with it, but they knew they were going to get away with it and then move away before anyone even noticed. And that's exactly what they did. Sick fucking people, dude. Right, so when you look at a lot of the church programs and what they were doing, so back around that time, and just a lot of the misfunding with the battered and abused women, and it also became a place for them to go to do their drug deals. It's the best place where they could do their meet up to do their drug deals. It's a scheduled meeting, right? It's a public space. Anyone can go. You just go, right. And then every once in a while, you're doing a big trade or meeting with people. It's a space you can talk in a pew. Do they have listening devices in those churches? Right. So, I mean, a lot of them caught on to that and were putting listening devices in those places. And then when people were calling out some of the church leaders, and so, because you couldn't do too much with that, I mean, technically, right, the way that information was being obtained was illegal. So to be able to send in people that are willing to even look that way, because most people, yeah, look away. They don't what? They don't see it. What? Not even happening, is it? Right. So exactly, a lot of people who do get involved with those things over the years have been attacked and killed. Right. They send mobs after them for other reasons. Get the bully, the Karen, the non-vaxxer, cartel family. It's amazing how a lot of the people doing those illegal activities pin the tail on the donkey, huh? Amazing. All around the mulberry bush. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Yeah, it's really sick, disgusting, and disturbing. So going to church is just a popular thing. Some of those groups will get trending. Right, and then if you say anything, oh, how dare you, they're going into recovery and becoming spiritual or finding God. They know this. It's so fucking old. So I don't know if those guys are doing it on purpose just to bring the conversation out there so people like us call it out for what it is. It seems like that's been trending, huh? They kind of say and do the things they know that a lot of the sickos are doing. Because, right, doing drugs isn't a crime. A lot of people do and traffic drugs, and we could really care less. We're concerned about the ones beating the children and killing innocent people. 99.9% of the druggies I know would not be okay with this abuse. It's a very minute percent that actually take it to those extents if they're given a golden opportunity, a price they can't refuse, levels of protection and barriers that they think the stupids will never get through. And even if they did, right, oftentimes in some of these situations they do, right? And that's when we see murder suicides and kids wind up getting shot and killed or murdered in other ways. Or they disappear, they move away. Yeah. What's that? So someone's bringing up, yeah, I know that's different cases. See how it highlights what happens in a lot of areas? That's actually, a kind of a softer, more fancy example. I know what some of the kids get in the lower classes, the abuse and the torture by these psychos. Have you seen some of these psychos? Right. Imagine the poor children in their custody. They get strapped to chairs. They got to kneel on nails. I mean, they get teased and tortured if they even chuckle or call someone a name or complain about the abuse. Right. And some of these kids can't talk and tell you the abuse they're going through because they were vaccine injured. Sometimes they make them brain damaged too. Yeah, that's the water deprivation stuff. You start getting into that, it's pretty bad. The suffocation and water deprivation. Yeah, they make them retarded on purpose. Some of them do. Yeah, they do. And then they say, oh, poor me. Give me money, my baby's sick. Oh, we've seen it so many times. And then the people that are actually in need, right? Because, well, I know they're in need now too. Those poor kids. It's not their fault they're in the hands of those sickos. Right, and if you give them money, they're just going to spend it on drugs. They're not going to help the kids, are they? And you know that they abused them. You can't do anything about it. Sometimes you do know. Sometimes there are ways you know. Just like the listening devices in the churches, right? Right, they know this. That's what, remember Fred Wheeler, the landlord? We went and stayed in a few of his apartments back in 2008 up in Waterville. Right, so there's a case open with the DOJ. I don't know, maybe they closed it by now. It's weird, isn't it? Right, that was back 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then they finally open a case in 2019, 2020? Might have been a little later than that. As they're making all these vaccine mandates in our schools. You sick fucks. I know, and they vaccinated my only child who I had never vaccinated, my second child in 2009. My only child that didn't get severe damage, lose his speech, healthy frickin' kid, never got sick, hit his milestones early. Okay. So that should be kind of some proof, right? I have 3 other children that all got severely sick, autistic, and lost their speech after the vaccines. And look at him. Right, and that's the one they tried to get me to think was going to be a serial killer and kill me, leaving a loaded gun around. Yeah, these people are fucking sick, dude. They need help. Any suggestions? Right, because you can't force people to wake the fuck up. You can't force people to acknowledge the facts. And when they've been allowed to ignore it and make us stink and try to get people to do something about us, making them feel uncomfortable, speaking the truth. Are you fucking kidding me? We've been dealing with these sick motherfucking goons and pieces of shit, drug traffickers since we were kids in our homes. You fucking pigs. Get away from our kids, you nasty fucking people. Hey, listen up, buddy. I really hope the proper authorities give you exactly what you deserve. Without breaking the law. Isn't that sucky? Yeah, because we know the law, and unfortunately, that means they continue to get away with it in broad daylight while we take it up the fucking ass and our children get fucked and tortured, and they spike things in our school departments, healthcare. Look at what they've been doing. Look at what they did. 2016 and 17, those activists, they ignored it again, and they spiked a lot of shit. People were shooting up pizza parlors and schools like no one's business. Are you kidding me? Did you forget about all that? Huh? January 6th, Hamas, October 7th. Are you fucking people insane? And you're trying to bring that shit into our schools? Trump's about to attack. Get him going. I think he's bringing peace, man. And as you can see, him bringing peace over there is causing war over here. Wake the fuck up, you pieces of shit, and help these kids. My name's Mary. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, any suggestions as to how we can help these kids without breaking the law, you pieces of shit, I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here. Or I'd wake up and I'd help us with these kids, you fucking dumb monkeys. Merry Christmas.